Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. We are currently looking at some German wheat beers from one of the better German wheat beer makers, so not a Japanese craft beer, but a very traditional style of German beer. And the brewer we're looking at is called Schneider Weisse, or Schneider and Son. And they're quite an old brewery. There's evidence that brewing began in that area around the 1600s, but apparently wheat beers were limited. Wheat beers were not allowed to be made by regular brewers. Only the royal brewers could make wheat beers until the 1870s. In any case, the Schneider Weiss began, and their official beginning here is 1872. And this is called Schneider Weiss Kristall Weissbier. And it's a crystal Weizen at 4.9%. And when you see the Kristall in front of a wheat beer, it simply means it's been filtered. So the yeast and protein particles have been filtered out, and those are things that add a lot of character to a Hefeweizen. Yeast-filled beer. So the flavors and appearance should be quite different. So it's a filtered Weizen and also conditioned in a conditioning tank, and that's very much unlike the other Schneider Weiss beers. So let's give this one a go. Oh, by the way, this is called Tap 2 or 02. Sometimes they put Tap 2, sometimes 02. And so you may see this on the label or on the cap, Tap 2. Well, let's try this one out. I haven't had this in a long time. I don't exactly have the right glass for this. Okay, so it does have a rather hefty head. That could be partially my pour. But as you can see, it's not hazy, it's not cloudy at all like typical Hefeweizen. So it has been filtered, and you can see right through it. So pretty hefty carbonation, and you can see carbonation rising from several places around the glass, and the head is pretty full. Which is typical for wheat beers. So we got at least 3 fingers here of pretty fluffy white head. Okay, so nice, pretty clear beer, and let's give it a go. Okay, it does not have the strong spiciness. I do get some clove out of it. There's some clove for sure. It's definitely wheat, but it doesn't kind of punch you in the nose like a Hefeweizen. Kind of fruity, definitely a more floral kind of nose. So it is, definitely a wheat beer, but fruitiness kind of stands out. It doesn't coat your tongue much like the other Hefeweizens will, with all the sediment and the yeast floating around. So it doesn't stick on your tongue. It has more of a regular lager kind of feel. So not as thick, smoother, thinner bodied, definitely. But almost as tasty, definitely. I feel I prefer, regular Hefeweizens, or Dunkelweizens, things like that. For me, part of the character of a wheat beer is to have that haziness and that sediment in the beer. But in any case, this is a superb beer. No knocking it at all. Once again, it's called Schneider Weiss Kristall Weissbier, 4.9% from Schneider Weiss in Kelheim, Germany, near Munich. Give it a go. You can't go wrong with this brewery whatsoever. The beers might be a little bit more than you want to pay, but definitely worth trying for sure. Okay, that's it for today, and we're going to move on to another Schneider beer in our next video, and I hope you check in for that one. All right, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye.